Every year, each company has a race, the amazing race to your wallet, and tries to update what they already had and swears that their new product is better and you need this in your life. Usually it's not the case, but today we are reviewing a couple lights. As a master of lighting, as you can see, I think there's some good things about these products, but terrible things as well. I found the dumbest flaw I've ever seen so far in any light.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we got two products I'm testing out here today. One is the Molus. Just for you Asian families, a mole is a brown spot. I have several. It's a flaw in human beings. So having a light called the Molus, like you're almost throwing up while you say it. Change the name, maybe, to Beauty One. But we have the Molus B Series, which we'll switch to in a second. It's set up right up there. There's the 100, 200, 300, 500 for the wattage. I got the lowest loser YouTube level one, 100, and it has its own little fancy remote. Fun times. Don't mind that pigtail curl. And then we'll also take a look at the G300, which I wouldn't just use it as a chair highlight. You're ridiculous. I know how to use lighting. It's not just sitting on my chair, and the fact that it had no diffusion. You think I just put a piece of white paper on top of the thing? That would start a fire. I would never do that. This is a professional show here. Chair highlights. So right now we're on the SmallRig 450D with a giant lantern. I also have this little tube light on the side for fun. Let's turn it off. Now it's off. I find it just filled in a little what was lacking. Maybe I didn't need it. Maybe this is better. Who knows? So lantern, I love it. SmallRig, it has a nice little remote system that's magnetic. It's beautiful. I love it. I always hated when I had to stand up, look behind, turn a light on from, like, what kind of ancient technology is that? So a remote is key, and I will not accept a light that doesn't have a remote. And the fact that they do is why it's in my living room right now. Let's switch to it. So now we're on the Molus B100 with a rectangular softbox with a grid attached to not spill light into my fun, lighty background. So am I uglier than I was before with Lantern Boy? Someone left a comment the other day talking about softboxes, and I was like, I prefer lantern for the face. And he was like, well, how come no professional portrait photographer uses lanterns then, you moron? As you can see, I'm right, and whatever his DSLR shooting ass was talking about, he's wrong as usual, as all you photographers are. Lanterns are awesome, but if you want to not spill the light, you could have fun with a softbox. But now I'm one-sided. When I'm 71 years old, I'm going to have wrinkles, and this type of lighting is going to show it off, huh? Marcus Pix was right, wasn't he? Let us now turn on help from the other side. Huh? Little tube light filling the dark side of the moon. So here we have this, and so far so good. I'm digging it. It's kind of big. The light itself is small. I wish somehow we had diffusion that was flatter. We already do have it. I've seen it. I used to actually have one. I can't believe I sold that thing. I loved it so much. But it didn't have a remote. So like something that I can put flat against my wall, because right now you're entering into my airspace. So let's get to the major flaw of this light. How someone overlooked this, I'll never, I don't understand how people keep their jobs. This is unforgivable. Remote, beautiful, I can just do whatever I want here. Brightness, yes. Color temperatures, anytime changing. I love this. This is fun. Super bright. Orangey glow. I could have so much fun doing this. There's no on-off button on this. What is your problem? Who the hell came up? I'm just gonna have a remote. Remotes are for controlling the light from further away so I don't have to get up there and turn it off. Yes, I can go to 0% and it's off, but it's still on. taking electricity from my house. And there's a flashing light behind it that just flashes for no reason when it's off. Probably when it's on as well. Who did that to me? Why would you do this? Why isn't there an on-off button on? It's just a little remote. When is the redesign coming? Because I'm so mad. And this could hang from something. I don't see how that's going to make my life easier, but Small Rig has a nice little magnetic back. Just clips onto whatever you want, so it's like, boom. That's nice, but at least we have the option, and I can do that. I'm curious, before we get to the G300, what would happen if I turned this up super bright, but still exposed in the camera? Will I look stupid? So now we're at 100%, and I have properly exposed with the shutter speed like was taught to me on a movie set once. This is beautiful. It's actually not as bad. I thought I was going to be seeing like super harsh highlight. Maybe it will. Does it? Do I have more wrinkles? Can you tell that I'm angry? And this light has done nothing now. So that's probably has to be... Oh, I turned it off. You got to boost that up 300%. Not bad. I thought that was going to be blown out, and a lot of... That even looks better, if anything. That chair highlight, that's good. That is good times. So far, not so bad. I hate that I have to keep this on all the time. 100% of the time it's on. And I don't love that. And yes, thankfully, this has the effects that you can do. So, how many people did I just kill with a seizure? Hopefully 3 or more. So honestly, they're good lights. I like them. I have the remote. I'm just going to keep it on 0, and I'm not going to worry about getting up and turning it off. And hopefully my hydro bill isn't $3,000 this month. But like, I like it. I like what they do. It's small. It's quiet. It's pretty cheap. Why do I say that? I don't even know what the price is, but it's probably cheap. Zhiyun's pretty good at that. And there's like various higher wattage ones. This is the lowest one, and it's still plenty bright for anything you'd ever want, probably. And then they get heavier and heavier as they go up to the Molus B500, which it was overkill. I didn't need that. This is more accurate, if anything. CR96, TLCI96. I know what those mean for sure. A lot of good numbers down there. Now, when it comes to the G300, now, a lot of people are going to like this one. I've seen Marcus Pick's review. Go watch that. He knows what he takes these things outside and he has fun with them. He knows why these are good. Me, not so much. But this is super powerful and way more expensive than one of these. Would you use it as a YouTuber key light? You could. It's strong as hell. But the thing with this one is strange. It has a remote as well. Only it weighs 300 pounds. It's a big remote with a fan. Could you do this? Like, you set this up, boom, and then this is your setup, and it has the on-off switch. That's nice. Nice touch. Who thought of that? Promote that guy. That's a good man right there. So it's like, this is technically the way better light. Do you need that? Like 1% even. I'm blind for the next 7 days. But when it comes to light sizes, I think that might be the smallest light on earth for the power. Like, it's up there and it's not going to overheat. And this box is awkward. It will dangle off something maybe. Could you have that on your desk? Like, this is how I use the lights. I'm not a photographer with this hanging on a light stand and I'm controlling it like a weirdo creep with your video game controllers. Go play some Atari. Whereas this thing, as a YouTuber, I don't know, that's a bit big of a remote. But in theory, this does have a USB-C, so maybe I can plug that remote into this. Let's find out. You can't. Oh, that is a non-functional remote. It's your own company. How come they're not, like, interchangeable and compatible? Oh, someone else getting fired today. I do appreciate the fact that when I unplugged the remote, this light didn't panic, it didn't change. It's like, oh my god, let's switch it off or turn the kelvins. So it stayed, and that's nice. Okay, now we've switched to the G300 as my key light. What you might notice is we're at 1%, and I feel like it's almost already too bright, so maybe this isn't the best key light for you. You want to be outside or something, you can't make that any brighter or you're dead. Just my personal opinion with all these different lights, it's all about usability and what's the easiest to control from a distance, from your seat. I know all of them connect to an app, and you can be doing that, but that's radiation. I like wires, no apps. So it's like, if you can come with a remote that is very unique and fun, I wish lighting did something different. Like, not these little effects, but maybe RGB could have been fun as a key light. I have bad ideas. So my only complaint about the G300 is that this thing is so huge. But like, that's what happens when you get really powerful lights, then you just need power bricks, and apparently this is like one of the better sized ones, and it has the remote on it, so it has some function, and it's pretty ingenuitous. So like, not bad. I prefer the B100, if I'm being honest with you. Just the remote, I can't believe there's no off button, but I'll survive it. Thank you, Zhiyun, for giving me these, and they might be sponsoring the video. There's no contracts being signed here, but if they toss a couple coins my way, you know what happened. And I don't care. Like, I'm not dying to promote these for you. It's just, I like my small rig. Could that replace my small rig now? It has the remote. Maybe. Like, I could get a good coin for the small rig, whereas this is cheaper, and I like being cheap. So like, I might sell the small rig now. You've finally done something without a remote. I'm not even looking in your direction, so get that together. And do you have an on-off button for sale, someone? I could use that. I'll leave. How you doing? Which looked best today? One of them? For some reason, I'm always fascinated by the white balance difference when you're like super warm with your light and then you white balance, versus the super cool with the light, but you're also white balance, and it's just the background changes, but your face does change as well. I'm not sure that there's a sweet spot. What's the best Kelvin for the human face? I feel like it's a little warmer than daylight. 5600, that's not good. Like 32, maybe 4000, something like that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Personally, I'm happy lights exist. It proves that Satan lost, doesn't it? Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next.